Right, this is my season 4 tier list. I'm currently making this while the servers are down. Let me just bring my notes up. I'm currently making this while the servers are down. Um, so it's literally going to be live within the next few hours. And my actual video will be up in like a couple hours beforehand, probably, because I know they'll take their time. It's relatively going to be the same as the last one, but with it being a whole new season, I'm going to just update you on what characters have changed, why they've changed, and how the meta might shift a little bit. So I'm just going to go through alphabetically. We're going to do it the same tiers. If you've watched my videos before, so let's go straight into it. So Andrew, I always put as S, and he relatively stays the same. He had a small little card buff for his ultimate charge, but that doesn't really matter. He's still the best flank. For multiple reasons. Um, Ash, Ash has had some buffs. I what did I have? I had like B plus last time. Um, Ash is better. Especially she doesn't rely on her shield as much, and like you don't tend to take Rekka just for her shield because we've been in a shield meta. We're still definitely in it. But the Rekka buffs are noticeable. So a couple characters get hurt a little bit more, but Ash doesn't, and her brawl card, probably her best by far, has been buffed. So she's definitely much more prevalent. Um, I'd definitely say she's A tier now. Um, Atlas, Atlas is still the same. He hasn't changed. I'm gonna put him B. I'd say he's pretty middle. He's got really good kit. It's sometimes difficult to get use out of it, especially in ranked. This is a ranked tier list. But Wiz obviously Rekka doesn't hit him at all. Um, he had a brutal Fisher um, buff, but you wouldn't run that card anyway. It's trash. Barrick is a really interesting one. Barrick is much better now. He's had some nerfs on this, but nothing to do with where his strengths lie. His kit's really good, but he has a survivability he didn't have before. Um, right now I'm gonna put him as A because like I've been doing testing, but yeah, where he said I mean with the nerfs I don't know. Well I think we'll put him A. Um, his normal gun's still generally better. Um, BK. BK's gonna sit the same. Um, there's a lot that counters him. He's had. I guess you could maybe put him higher. He's had some card changes. I don't know whether you'd run the card changes. I haven't necessarily messed around with them too much. Um, but because none of his cards are really that good anyway, it's just preference. Buck. I mean Buck's gonna ride middle of the pack. Um, was obviously some of the heal champs maybe changing that you'd generally see picked. Buck might be slightly more versatile, maybe picked a little bit more, but obviously he's still just as strong. Cassie still 100% stable DPS. You can pick her no matter what at all times. Her roll Cassie's better now. That's playable. Um, Impulse is still just as good. You can never go wrong picking Cassie in ranked, no matter what the matchups are. Corvus has been like he's been nerfed and buffed in some certain areas. His healing card's been nerfed for his legendary. He's still gonna be SS tier. He's still good enough to make an insane pocket heal. He's still up there. It's exactly the same. Running the same talent as well. Dredge, map dependent, comp dependent, middle of the pack. Drogo's had some buffs, but the thing is with Drogo's is that he's good where he is. I'll put him middle. He's good where he is, but he's map dependent and comp dependent more than anyone else's. You can't run him at all times. You know he can be difficult to carry with at times. So for a ranked tier list, I'm gonna put him where I have. Um, Evie. Evie, I'm gonna put B plus. Um, only because obviously with a few of the burst DPS, well, obviously Andrew being the best, the pocket support. I feel like she's not going to be able to work her way up like too high in a ranked meta. Obviously, if you're really good with her, you maybe have a duo. You can get things out of her, but that's where she lies for now. Nando. Nando, I'm gonna put um above Ash, but below Barrick. I think obviously he's generally played as point tank. He is versatile in that, but you generally play him as like your main tank. If you use them terms. Um, but he's not as good as Barrick is now, and Ash is I'd say just a little bit worse, but that's only because his perma shielding and the fact the racket hits doesn't really bother him. Like they do, but they're not major changes. Furia, um, B B plus. And put Furia, very good utility, um, decent heals. In ranked, I'd say like she is probably like here maybe, um, in her overall strength, but in ranked, I feel like some people don't like her heals. She's single target healing, because you do run Cherish. Um, I think she had damage buffs in a uh, legendary card if people wanted to run that, but you wouldn't do it in ranked. Grok, I'm gonna put B minus. Very easy to deal with. Map dependent, comp dependent. Um, you generally have to last pick him, so you're not running him into too much burst. But yeah, he's you'll never really see him played. Uh, Grover, I'm going to put A. Much easier to get use out in ranked. Very easy to deal with like enemies' mobility. Um, they won't put a lot of thought into it. Heals a lot of people. Great ult. Morale boost. Is really strong on him. Uh, yeah, you can't go wrong with Grover. Amani, I I do like Amani. Um, I've been playing her. I think she's I'm gonna put a B plus. She is stronger than I thought she was last time I think I evaluated her. But she's not amazing, but she is pretty good in ranked. Um, she it's just a very very versatile kit, being able to use things in different situations. And Ara, the same, isn't hit by Wrecker. She hasn't really had any changes. I think she's had a shield on one of her cards buffed for her wall, but it's not that big of a deal. IO is the one I want to talk about. IO is still really good, but she does drop an entire tier. The fact that she cannot contest point with her dog now, um, is a massive hit to what she's used for. She's pocket heals are still insanely broken. Like, do not think they're not. IO is still going to be really good. Her DR is exactly the same. Um, her dog's a little more useless, but people aren't going to pay attention to it. It does have good CC. Um, she can use it for her own self heals. It's still going to have use. Um, it's just, um, yeah, she does drop an entire tier, but her heals are still good. Her pocket potential's still really good. Genos. Genos, he's had 5% taken off his damage boost. He's still up here. His heals match everyone else, and he still gets 10% more damage. 10% more damage on weapon shots is still insane. Like, damage boosts are just so good. He will remain SS. Um, Khan. Khan is strong. I don't know that I talked on this one last time. Um, I'm he had a damage buff, a noticeable damage buff actually. He does quite a bit more damage. Uh, I think I'm gonna put him here. Um, I may change things later, but yeah, is he does much more damage than he used to. Um, Canessa, if you can aim and you can play Canessa, she's still really good. Um, Headhunter or whatever it's called now, Eagle Eye. I'm not sure what it's called. The one where you have to land headshots for your damage. That is now the card you go. She's still super strong. She can still one shot people with that card. That that card has always done like more damage over 2 hits if you land both in the head. Um, maybe actually in terms of ranked because of her difficulty. Um, I said difficult. It's just aim really. I'll probably put it like A tier. But Yeah, that's where I got her. Koga, C tier, the nurse. I did talk about them last time. Lex, still D tier. He can allow like he can shoot while holding down. Probably it's quality of life. It's not a buff at all. Does exactly the same stuff. Leanne is paired with Cassie. I'm trying to keep everything like in relative, so it goes left to right. Cassie's probably a little bit better. Leanne, mainly because Cassie's always good, but Leanne now played a lot with alacrity. I think all of her even precision now. I think you can take precision. That's clearly better. Um, I think it just depends on what map you're playing. Maeve will remain with Evie. Maeve wins the matchup with Evie, but I think Evie can do a little bit more in a game. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna put Maeve just a little bit higher. Um, I think Maeve's just slightly better, but yeah, they're relatively the same. You generally pick them if Andrew's banned. Otherwise, they lose the matchup to Andrew pretty hard. Makoa has had some noticeable nerfs. Um, he's still obnoxious. Koa's hook's still really good. Um, I'm gonna put him S tier. I don't. He's not SS now with him not being able to perma shield. In ranked, he's still gonna get a lot of resets, not full resets, but resets. Due to people not really paying attention. People struggle to play around it because it's like to get full effect out of playing around Koa's shield, you need comms, which you don't really have in ranked. People don't use them. I'd say Koa is like S, probably there. Um, since his changes. Damba, right? So obviously we're slowly slipping out of a pocket meta a little bit more, but Damba's always been a super staple pick if you have a Nara because a Nara is super tanky, super unkillable when she has it. Um, and he is good overall. He's had some buffs, mainly the gold ones. The gold cooldown buff is what's giving it him, but also the what am I saying? Oh yeah, the men and spirits buff. So he's just got extra heals overall. Um, I think he's still paired with Grover because Grover's so good in rank, but yeah, he's definitely better. Moji still the same. I'm gonna put him as a C. You don't even run the talent really. That got buffed. Pip, if you want to play Pip heal, Mega Potion's definitely better. I still wouldn't play Pip heal. It's rubbish into court. There's a lot of windows where they can take their fights. I'm just gonna put him B. Roam's had nerfs. I'd still say he's S tier, but he's further down S tier than he was. Um, Mainly because of his the healing. You took the heal card, which gave him so much healing, but they've nerfed it by 5 per point. And his damage reductions also nerfed, but that was never that big of a deal anyway. He can still be run without that card. He is sometimes if they've got a lot of CC. Ruckus has had some flux generator buffs. I don't play Ruckus myself. Um, in rank he's so easy to counter. If you're really good with him, like obviously, um, you can play him in multiple situations. But I'm just at the general rank tier list, um I'm gonna put him in B, just because he's very easy to deal with. If they have a lot of burst, your team's really gonna take advantage of the space you make. Right, this one's interesting. This one is Saris damage. I am putting this off, and it is I'm I might be biased. I might be biased. Right, I think BK's gonna be higher. Maybe. Maybe BK's like there. But damage Ceres is it can be counted. It is easily counted. But I'm talking rank now. Um, damage Ceres. She gets her. Obviously they nerfed her rend damage by 80, so it went to 120 from 200, I think. So it's 80 less damage, but you get it twice as fast. So it's 240 every 10 seconds instead of 200. And she also gets her stacks quicker. And you can, if you wanted to, run. Is it Agony the stun one? Obviously, Rezil counters it, so it's still not the best card. But you can really, really disrupt play because you're constantly stunning, and the use you get out of it early is immense. Um, so build Rezil if they've got it and they take Agony because she will be stunning. She can get up every 3 seconds with her card changes, I think, or maybe even two. She is much better. Really strong as a DPS or off heal. Charlin's so great. He did get a cripple nerf. Not a big deal. Still a good DPS because you only took it for the burst damage anyway. I'm gonna put him probably below um yeah, like below Rome. He's chilling somewhere in this area. Um, his cripple is generally used to turn off abilities anyway, so the duration isn't that big of a deal. But it's just the extra damage is really good. Sky, um, with Koa becoming worse, Sky becomes worse. I'm just gonna put her like she's good as like an off heal. Um, Obviously you could run her as like a pirate sort of comp to Koa. And obviously she's a counter to Koa. Not so much with the shield. But good against Rome, but again Rome's slightly worse. So I'm just gonna put her bottom of B. Strix, B plus. He had a little bit of a nerf himself, like a patch before. He's gonna sit B plus. He does well into obviously Kanessa, but Kanessa just does up more overall damage. Just brings more one shot potential. Her ult's still crazy. Um, Talus is going at the bottom. Um, just rubbish really. Um, Term Term's still strong, stable tank. Um, he obviously doesn't get hit by Wrecker. Really good into certain DPS like Dredge, BK. Map dependent though, but still really good. Um, Tiberius, um, Tiberius still really good. Pretty much any map. Um, you'll see people running. There's a lot of like one trick play, mainly in NA. You actually don't see him that much in EU, but he's played a hell of a lot in NA, and they run him really well. If you watch any good players on him, you can see the sort of use he gets. Torv, I think Torv drops a tier. I don't really rate him in ranked. It's like obviously Wrecker's had buffs, his shield's been nerfed a little bit. I don't rate him in ranked. Unless you've got a duo partner, otherwise you're gonna be shielding someone that doesn't really know they've got a shield until it's too late. Like, and then they never really get anything done. You can save a couple lives. He does have a good kit, but you sort of lose an off tank for it. You lose an off tank for like a better DPS. So it does add up, but not when you're not really communicating. So if you're in a duo queue, he's probably S still. But if you're not, I'm just gonna put him. I'm just gonna put him here. Yeah. If you're not in a duo. Um, Tyra, I really like Tyra. I've actually been playing her quite a bit. I think she's a good counter pick to any stealth. Um, when people start picking Dambra and Grover more, she becomes a little bit better. Actually gonna put her there. Her DR on a nade launcher I'm talking now is better. Um, she's good with pockets too, but yeah, I'm gonna put her there. Vic's in pretty much the same position he was last time. He's still good. He's never really picked. Um, Janos nerfs. I guess Kova's gonna. I'm gonna put him as like B plus instead. Um, he only really brings damage to the table, although his damage is still really good. I'm gonna put him there. Um, maybe even at the top. Maybe just below Ceres. Vivian's had she's been getting nerfed pretty heavily recently. I'm gonna put her as B minus. She's not as good as she was. She doesn't do as much damage. Um, she's easier dealt with. Uh, that's definitely where she lies. Obviously with snipers and hit scans becoming worse, Willow ends up becoming slightly better. I'm gonna put her bottom of B plus. Her dead zone's really good. She had a dead zone nerf, not a big deal. You generally run the blast shot, the damage stacking on autos anyway. Um, and Ying is still B tier. She's a safe pick. That's why she's B plus. Compare if you think of it as like heals, she's generally B tier. As kit as well, 'cause she brings zero utility. But she has a very good ult. You can run her as off heal as well. That's where she lies. Uh, Zin is definitely S tier. Even after his nerfs, he's still pretty much the same. I'd say he's worse than Andrew, but in ranked, he does people's heads in. Like his ult, it's just so much value. Guillotine. You don't even have to run that. You can run Yomi, but that's definitely where that lies. Vora is up here too. I think people are still learning her. So she's kind of difficult to deal. She's difficult to deal with, but easy to deal with, depending on how they're running Vora, and obviously how good they are with her. Um, she is S tier, but people may not realize it yet. Yagroff, obviously, I'm leaving. He's not in ranked, and obviously people still need to, feel him out a little bit more. Um, get used to how he's played on both teams. Get used to how to like play against him and how to play with him. So I'm gonna leave him there. Um, but yeah, this is my tier list. Mate, there has been quite a few changes, but with it just being an entire season, I feel like people might just want to start a new climb or just need that boost just to help them do it. So that's the end of the video. I'll be streaming. I've been trying to stream more often than I was before. I'm gonna try climb a little bit more this season. I don't know, maybe go GM, do a little road to GM stream. So make sure to follow my stream on Twitch. You can follow my Twitter. Subscribe, like, I really don't mind. And just thanks for watching. Right, in a bit.